It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey.
And also, we've got the Merman. How you doing, Murray?
What up?
Yeah, nothing's up. So what I meant to say is, with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Okay then.
In stereo. Well, thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please support us and join the growing Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. All members get special episodes and content only for members, and all members that sign up will get a limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a terrible movie to make us watch it, and we will. Well, I thought it was going to be a race to the end of the month, but apparently our U.S. listeners won out again. Thanks, U.S. listeners. We love you so much. I baked an apple pie. Isn't that what U.S. are all about, apple pie?
And then you ate it.
And then I ate it all myself with some ice cream.
All right.
Movies are back at Canyon Meadow Cinemas. We are open for your viewing pleasure with great new films opening weekly. All health-regulated protocols are in effect for a safe and enjoyable experience. And don't forget, we should be your first choice for your next birthday party or special event. Can't make it to the cinema? We got you covered. Order concessions from our online store, and you can either choose curbside pickup or get them delivered via Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, or DoorDash. For more details, go to canyonmeadowscinema.ca. Here at CMC, we would like to thank you for your continued support, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the movies.
Let's dance.
We've been streaming and doing what?
Streaming, Jim.
And even little Murray did some streaming on the weekend. With one that he even chose.
I guess I did, didn't I?
You did. You did.
I'm sure I will pay for it.
You may pay for it. I'm just going to guess here.
I had to pay for it.
We all paid for it.
Ugh.
Well, what did we see?
Well, Jim, we saw Bruised.
Which is how we feel right now.
Directorial debut from Halle Berry. She also stars in it.
What?
Yeah. It is a movie about a washed-up MMA fighter, actually, who makes a comeback. Why? Not
Good
really
question.
sure.
Because she's dead ass broke.
Because she's Halle Berry, that's why.
I'm not sure what she's fighting for. So Murray, I guess you're saying she's fighting for the money. I thought maybe she was fighting for love or maybe respect.
No.
Maybe for a kid. I don't know.
Maybe respect too, but
I really don't know
She's
what
fighting,
she's fighting
for her right to party.
Anyways,
I think the Beastie Boys already explained this to us.
Bruised is a movie absolutely drowning in inner city cliches. We got the drugged out black mother. We've got the abusive boyfriend. We got the inner city child that's always fending for himself. We even get some sexual abuse. We get this sort of weird queer romance that's kind of alluded to and doesn't pay off in any way. It's dropped as fast as it's alluded to.
As I was watching it,
it confused the hell out of me.
when I was watching it, I'm like, Bryce is going to love this.
It's like, what? You know what? If you're going to, especially with something like that, like follow through even a little bit. I mean, it's what?
Yeah, it was what? That's a perfectly
It's
good
just like,
explanation.
I don't know what was going on in this movie. It was being pulled in 27 different directions. It was all bad. Her name was even stupid. Jackie Justice. Really? This is the
right.
name you came up with?
That's right.
He's giving out justice, baby.
Okay,
Clearly you've
anyways.
never watch a UFC fight. They all have stupid names.
Plus, how long was this movie? It was over 2
2
hours.
hours.
It was over 2 hours long. It did not need to be that long. I'm going to keep the review short because the movie was so darn long. I don't feel like I should be talking about it any more than I have to. I will sum it up with one word. Rage.
Okay. Murray, you want to go next, or you want me to go? Or you want me to go
Sure.
next? Go for it, buddy.
Okay. Well, yeah. As someone who has friends who actually have watched a bit of UFC and MMA, I can tell you most of it bores the crap out of me. First time I ever went to a bar with someone to watch it, I thought, okay, well, and actually I had to pay $10 to get in. Like, that was stupid. So I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, they start off, it's like fighting, boxing, whatever, right? Then they roll around on the ground, and they just lay there for like 10 minutes. Nothing happens.
I know.
Nobody punches nobody. There's no submission moves. They're just
holding each other tight.
They're holding each other for like 10 minutes, which I don't get about UFC. If they're actually beating the crap out of each other, or if there's a roundhouse or something, then I'm okay with it. But rolling around the mat, doing nothing, yeah, that's why
I much prefer to watch gay porn. It's, you know.
But having said that, this is basically the UFC MMA version of Rocky. Like, the only thing that really you're wondering at the end, because it is quite predictable, is it going to be Rocky 1, where she goes the distance with this champion, or is it going to be like Rocky 2, where she finally, like, she wins the belt, just barely? Or like Rocky 3 or 4, where she has like one moment of glory and then she washed
and then
up.
are we going to get somebody from Russia?
What about Rocky 5, where we get like a street fight?
Yeah,
Didn't they have that already? It was in the movie. They had all the Rockies all in one.
Yeah, no, that was one of
This was Rocky 1 through 5.
her dirtbag of a boyfriend, who apparently was her manager, took her to this underground fight club thing.
Yes.
And she had to fight this like 7 foot, 400-pound monster of a woman, I guess it was.
First rule of Fight Club.
And,
You're not supposed to talk about it.
And she actually beat her. I'm like, yeah, no, you would have been dead in like 2 seconds. The hell was it? Wolverine, Sasquatch, something like that?
What's the line from Kids in the Hall? They'd be crushing her head. Crushing her head.
Anyway, having
Second
said
rule
that,
of Fight Club.
Don't crush heads?
I am a sporty sport
You
person,
don't talk
so-
about Fight Club.
Right.
Oh, right. That is the second
I didn't
rule.
mind
What's the third?
I didn't mind the fight scenes. The kid kind of annoyed me. The fact that his first words were the last 2 words of the whole movie. I'm like, really, dude?
Yep.
Like, I know he was traumatized, but the whole movie, not a word. And he wasn't that good of an actor. He was not a CLF.
Yeah.
The movie was poopy.
So yeah, I kind of expected a little better, but I mean, maybe she shouldn't have directed it, or else found somebody about maybe 15 years younger to be in it, and maybe just stuck with directing. Because I mean, Ron Howard doesn't direct himself in movies; like he does one or the other.
He's not good looking enough anymore to be in movies.
He needs to be. He's like
He's
80 years
behind the
old.
camera kind of guy.
Michelle Rosenfarb shouldn't have written the movie, and then it wouldn't have gotten made.
I feel like I
would've
had to
been
kind of defend the movie a little, so I'm not gonna rage on it. I am giving it.
Sorry, but why are you doing what?
I
Sorry,
am
why are
giving
you
it a low
defend
Mac.
it?
Are you?
What are you
Why?
defending?
Yeah, why
I
are
am
you?
giving it a
defending?
low Mac because I didn't hate it,
Okay.
but yeah, it was entirely too long.
I hated it.
Okay. Well, let me talk about what I thought about this movie, Bruised.
Bruised.
It started out and seemed like this was, as we've already discussed, the female MMA Rocky remake that kind of felt like it covered 1 through 5. It's literally in my write-up.
That's awesome.
On top of this, a 55-plus year old MMA fighter,
Would never happen.
ugh, is all I can say about that.
She 55?
Yes, she's older than me. Not believable for 1 second. I don't care how ripped Halle Berry got. She should have stuck, to Murray's point, to either directing this or acting in it. If she was directing it, she could have put more focus on making this seem not so forced and unbelievable. One fight in an underground club with a She-Hulk, and she gets right back to a title fight.
Reputation.
She didn't have a... Like, they didn't show anything of what her reputation was.
Yeah, they show her getting her butt handed to her.
Yeah,
at the
in the
beginning.
first... Yeah, but did they tell us anything other than that?
Yeah, she's going for a title at the time.
She was undefeated.
Oh, right. So she just...
she was
said
like,
she was.
just 4 years
they
later...
alluded to the fact that she was undefeated.
They didn't
no,
say
she was
just...
10-0 until that one fight.
Yeah. Okay.
So
It wasn't necessarily a title fight. And then she's been gone for 4 years. It just made no sense. It was just like, I'm going to go
I can buy that part.
compete in Fight Club, and then I'm going to get a title bout. No, that never would have happened.
Well,
not in a million
it looked
years.
like the guy who gave her the title shot basically wanted to see her get the crap beat out of her.
Yeah.
He didn't really expect her to win or even
They do handpick opponents occasionally.
No, because he said it several times to her.
Yeah.
They can make a case for her, 10-1.
Yeah.
He just wanted to see her get the crap beat out of her. Like, he didn't want her to win.
I really had no idea what this was supposed to be making us
I don't know
think.
why I'm defending it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a sport.
I haven't even got to the
person, so.
good part of what I'm raging about.
All right, get to it,
I
Jim.
got 1 point, and then you guys had to jump on that. Another washed-up alcoholic athlete overcoming adversity. So this was chock full of awful. I thought, am I watching the female version of The Way Back?
Oh, I know. How good would Ben Affleck have been in this role?
And we all remember how rage-filled that I was
MMA fighter.
having to watch The Way Back. It was
so good.
If this was her comeback, I still feel she could have remade a Mutant X-Men movie and played Storm's mom, maybe.
Ben Affleck, finest actor of our generation.
Yeah, that's also not true. This was exactly everything I hate in this standard fare sports has-been films. Halle Berry, please come back in John Wick 4 and make me happy again. She only fights when she's angry. You won't like her when she's angry. Huh. Maybe she did actually try and make a superhero movie. Just gotta say, though... The only thing I liked in this film was Sheila Atim.
Yeah, she was actually
as the
one
gym
standout.
manager.
Yep.
She was amazing. This directorial debut and everything else in this film felt rushed and was a huge, huge rage. AndVe got a few things to unpack. We got to unpack the fact that, yes, it was over 2 hours long. And where did she get the money to do anything? She got fired as a server or whatever the hell job she was doing.
And she seemed absolutely desperate for
She
all
was
these
broke
jobs,
for
too.
everything. And then she gets free training at the gym. Yeah. She gets food, and she's always in a restaurant. Like, if you can't afford to pay your rent, like, how are you buying food for your kid?
Most MMA fighters do get paid for training.
Yeah, but she didn't have any contracts yet
well,
until halfway through. No, because then that guy picked her up.
No,
and at that point, she'd already been training for like months.
I don't know. She had
it made zero
she had a loser boyfriend.
Zero sense. Yeah, and same thing. Where did the boyfriend get money? If his only job was managing her,
I'm sure
and she'd been working for 4 years as a waitress.
I'll guarantee he was a drug dealer or something.
Yeah, but they didn't show any of that. This is what I'm saying. Is like this movie is 2 hours long.
Why do you guarantee that? How can you guarantee that?
I can't.
Because he only had one fighter and she wasn't fighting.
So you got automatically jumped
right to drug dealer?
A drug dealer?
Yeah, but he didn't show him a job either, did you? He has to pay his rent somehow.
Yeah. This was
how else could he pay his rent? He must be dealing.
He must
drugs.
be drug. Well, it's a pretty good guess. He was a douchebag. Bryce's point earlier about the fact that this was every cliche ever imaginable, even the fact they had to throw a CLF in there, made zero sense. Oh my god. Yeah, this was completely awful. It's gonna make my top 5 rages of the year. I'm almost positive.
That was pretty bad.
I didn't make it. It was just new on Netflix.
No, we're not blaming you, Murray. We're happy you picked it. Because guess what?
I'm blaming you.
This could be the most rage-filled movie we talk about this week.
I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it's pretty. So congratulations, Murray.
Okay then. All right then.
Let's go to the cinema.
We did that a lot. Well, some of us did.
Yeah.
I went to the cinema.
Me too.
Yeah, then you stayed home all weekend. Watched movies on your couch.
I did,
You did
a
do
little
a lot
of
of
that, but I went
You did
to
a lot more of that than going to the cinemas.
That's
I
what
went to
mean.
the cinema like 3 times. How many times am I supposed to go to the cinema?
I went 4 times. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and
saying.
I also went 3 times.
I don't know what any of this has to do with the price of tea in China.
I'm saying some of these movies were also available in cinema.
Yes, but we don't want to.
If you so chose.
Yes, that's true. We could have seen all these in cinema, but
Saying.
I did see everything.
Support your local cinema.
Anyways.
Anyway.
we saw Resident Evil.
Yes. we
Welcome to Racoon City.
did. Oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it is you.
So set in 1998, the origin story explores the secrets of the mysterious Spencer Mansion and the ill-fated Raccoon City. Well, bad news is there was no Alice and no Mila Jovovich, who was in the other 7 or 8 of them. But
Or 9 or
it was
10.
like pretty much every character from like the video game. So if you played any of the video games, especially the first one, you'll recognize pretty much everybody.
Yep.
Which was good. And yeah, it had some nice zombie, contagious, disease type action with lots of blowing up and stuff. And acting was so-so. But yeah, it was okay for a Resident Evil movie. It was a meh.
There you go. You want to go next, Buckaroo?
Not really. I don't even understand. I don't know who this was made for. Who was this made for? I don't know any of these people.
Video game nerds.
There's no character development. I have no idea who they are.
Because you never played the video game. It was played.
Yeah.
It was
So
made
was
for
that,
the people who played
So
the
it's
video
made for the
game.
people who played the video game.
Yeah. Which isn't you. You're
Well,
not the
also,
target audience.
People who have seen
So in the
any
video
of the other
game,
ones,
is there like annoying quick cuts like in this movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
Like just
it's a video
boom,
game.
It's
a video
quick,
game.
Cut.
It's a video.
Yep.
It's a video game.
video game.
It's basically
It's a video game
a
movie.
video game.
It actually had some decent gore in it, but I couldn't see any of it because the cuts were so quick.
There was some quick cuts. Yes.
Like stupid quick.
Yeah, they were quick because it's a video game in a movie.
I hated it.
Okay, there you go.
I
Is
want-
that it?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. It's stupid.
Alright.
Okay.
I don't know who it was made for.
Rage on?
It was made for people.
People not you.
Okay, but just a second. So you're saying that people that played the video game
Yes.
would have enjoyed this movie?
Yes.
think
Let
a
me.
lot
Do
more
you want
than
me to
you.
talk about what I thought of the movie and video game?
It was absolutely.
Well,
it was
and-
such a steaming pile.
and
Like, so if you knew these characters,
Yes.
would that have helped?
Maybe.
Well, and some of these characters were in the other movies. It wasn't their first time ever on screen.
Yeah.
Just it was different actors.
I didn't know what was going on in any of these movies. Whether it was Mila Jovovich.
Okay,
or,
but the important thing was they're in a city
yeah.
made of raccoons. And then
I don't
the
think-
zombie
there was
outbreak
no
happens.
raccoons.
There was raccoons in there. Absolutely. It's called Raccoon City. How did they get a name like
Zombie
Raccoon City
raccoons.
if there wasn't things made out of raccoons?
I wish the raccoons were
was.
in it. I love that show.
And then a
Little
zombie
Canadian-
outbreak happens,
little Canadian animation.
and and then a
Cyril
zombie
Sneer.
outbreak happens,
If
and
Cyril Sneer was in
they
this
have to-
movie, it would have been fantastic.
Well,
I don't know what that has to do with the price of tea in China.
Anyways, talk about it. It was a rage.
anyway,
it was crap.
It's a video game movie.
What say
if
you?
never played the game, you wouldn't. like it,
Okay.
Video
So-
game movies are stupid and they should never be made.
I will somewhat agree with that comment. So, as we all know, zombie movies already start at 11. And sequels these days all start at a 1. But then video game movies also start at a 1. So, I wasn't sure how this was all going to work out when I got into this theater. This is supposed to be the origin of the Resident Evil franchise. And as it is pretty much the only video game I ever played except Burger Time and Galaxian,
I would love to see a Burger Time.
I would love to see a Galaxian video game.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
It would be stupid.
No, it would be great. There'd be spaceships and shooting. Actually, I think Star Wars was actually Galaxian.
I want to see a dude like a chef running around pouring pepper on giant eggs.
Yes. Well, it's because you're a vegan.
Going
you
up
want,
and down
you want
ladders.
you want to see people punishing these evil eggs. I get. I totally get it. So, where was I? Oh, right.
You were talking about Burger Time.
Burger Time and Galaxian. I gotta say, it definitely felt like the first and maybe part of the first 2 Resident Evil games. So you almost got 2 Resident Evils for the price of 1. The first 30 minutes of this film was kind of great, and the zombies coming out were all super 11-y. I love the zombie action. So that was satiating my palate for the zombie tasty, I say in quotes, parts of the film. That's a quote from the movie, by the way. But as mentioned, it is a video game movie. So there is a ton of stupid and idiotic, such as preloaded movie projectors, predictable jump scares, and the usual sequel prequel dumbness. It was confusing me when I kept trying to control the movie. Trying to control the movie with my controller that I brought. Why I wasn't able to make the characters do what I wanted them to do. So I gave up trying. Like it just was futile after a while. And then I just enjoyed the zombies and flesh eating and the corny dialogue and the convenient plot lines. I truly enjoyed Neil McDonough's McDonough, thank you. Normal bad guy villainy, but especially loved his eyeball tits.
Yes.
Those alone was the price of admission.
The eyeball tits.
So let's talk about the math. 11 plus 1 plus 1 equals 13. Divided by 3 equals 4.33. Round up for passion of my favorite video game. And the Resident Evil reboot origin story is a meh.
Meh.
I don't think any of these MLs should have like jobs. Robbie ML and whatever his brother's name. I guess his brother's the more famous one. I don't know.
His brother was Steven. He was
Steve,
he was the Arrow for like 10 years on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to just stop. I don't want to see any more MLs. Can we get rid of the MLs?
All of them?
All of them.
How many
I
is
think
there?
there's only 2.
7?
There's only 2.
Yeah.
But the one of them's he's at
But
work
they're all
now.
just,
He's
every
out of
time
work
I
now,
see them,
so-
it's like, just get off my screen.
What are you doing to me?
I don't like Robbie ML.
Can we unpack the fact that they had a CLF at the end for no apparent reason whatsoever?
That's true.
That made no sense.
Yeah.
None of it made
Not
any
forget
sense.
the bazooka, my favorite part.
And okay, so they all have no problems driving into Raccoon City.
Yeah.
But then nobody can
Nobody
drive
can
out
leave.
of
Yeah.
Raccoon City?
The only thing I liked about this movie
Yes.
was the gooiness.
There was a lot of goo.
There was a lot of
Yeah,
goo.
it was practical effects.
it was-
There was some practical effects.
There was a lot of gooiness that I enjoyed.
You didn't
but
like the eyeball tits? Those were awesome.
the gooiness was good, but it was
It was
a
not
rage.
enough gooiness to,
Not enough gooiness
to pull
to
you
pull me out of ragedom.
Enough goo.
rid of ragedom.
All right.
Mary, do you want to throw some more icing on that eyeball tit covered cake?
It was all right. Like I didn't really play the first one all the way through. I got frustrated with playing the game for one simple reason. I always ran out of ammo. You can never find ammo for the one gun you had. So basically, these zombies are coming at you.
You got to be
like,
smart with your ammo, is what
yeah,
they're
but it's
teaching
like
you.
that's not a game I
Don't
want to
waste your
enjoy.
bullets on shoulders. You got to do headshots.
Are Dobermans jumping out of windows? Yeah, that's what I was shooting at.
I love. You know what? After watching that movie, though, I did go home
Play the game.
afterwards. No, I went home and watched the original one with
The original?
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just as awful. I have the whole series.
That would be Jovovich, not
Jovovich, whatever.
not Jehovovich.
Jehovah's
Jovovich.
Witness? No, Jehovovich.
Yeah, you're trying to make her into a Jehovah's Witness or something, but no.
But I love her. I love everything she's in.
Jovovich.
Jovovich.
Actually, she's one of those. Anyway, never mind.
She's beautiful. She
is
seems
beautiful.
smart.
As she gets older too, she seems to
She's
be
getting more beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, what's
I
going
love
on
it.
with her?
It's the best.
You see her in The Fifth Element, and, you know, she's all right.
Yeah, she's okay.
You see her now, it's like, oh.
She's like, where? Why aren't you making more Resident Evil? I don't know. What's she gonna do next? Who knows?
Anyways.
But I want to see it. Okay, what else did we see?
House of Gucci.
We saw House of Gucci. So Marie refused to see House
Yes.
of Gucci because he doesn't like Lady
2
Gaga.
words, Lady Gaga.
Silly. That's silly.
Yeah. So this story.
I like
Plus,
Lady
it's about
Gaga.
fashion. and it's
Apparently,
3 hours long.
apparently the Gucci family is not happy with this movie. They say a lot of it's bullshit, but
Whatever.
whatever. The losers always take the spoils. So, Father, Son, and House of Gucci. The acting in this movie is incredible by everyone. especially our man Adam Driver and our lady Gaga, and especially by Jared Leto. Let no one ever say he is not motherfucking brilliant after seeing this film. Every single time he's on the screen, I am either laughing, smiling, or in awe of his brilliance. The dialogue written for Leto's character alone, Paolo Gucci, was a thing of wordsmith brilliance. The story was interesting and engaging. I knew nothing about the Gucci story other than I can't afford anything in their stores, but I felt the actors did an amazing job, as did Ridley Scott, which I don't always say, to put me into this toxic family story and kept me engaged for the entire 2 hours and 37 minutes, which in my opinion was the exact perfect amount of time to tell the story and give it justice. Thanks to Halle Berry. Pacing was great and was pretty much everything in this film. Although what didn't hold up was the terrible attempts at every single person except Jared Leto, but especially by Jeremy Irons. His acting was just subpar, or maybe okay, but it was diminished by his terrible, terrible Italian accent. It was like watching Sean Connery trying to pretend he was Spanish and Highlander. At times, it took me right out of the story. Again, you have pretty much all American actors. Just leave the accents alone. They didn't need to have accents. We're listening to them speak English, and then in other times, we're actually hearing radio dialogue that's actually in Italian. Now, you can have your opinion. I'm having mine.
All right.
Okay. Just speak English is all I'm saying. And just get these actors to act and not change their voice accents. The only one, as I mentioned, who really pulled it off was Leto. Music,
That's
I felt.
the thing. Leto,
yeah. Well, he's
brilliant.
the only. They should have just had him speaking it because he's the only one that could do it after Ridley Scott's watching it.
Speaking it and then no one else speaking.
But it could have been a dialect. It could have been he was from a different area of Italy, so he had to have a dialect. The music, I felt, was weird at times and didn't really fit with the story, in my opinion. I know they tried to match the music to the time frame of the biopic, but the music, although I liked the songs, I personally didn't feel it matched the tone of the film at times. Like when they were getting married and you're listening to Here Comes the Rain Again by the Eurythmics, and I'm kind of like, what? Like that didn't make sense at all.
Yeah, it was fine.
The only two things that took me out of this story a few times was the accents and that music. Otherwise, House of Gucci may be too expensive for me, but they're not too rich to accept my Mondo. This film was brilliant.
Wow, Mondo.
Yeah. Absolutely. Lady Gaga, Jared Leto were absolutely outstanding, and Adam Driver's excellent in everything. The acting alone.
Adam Driver was great.
I didn't look at my watch once.
I just want to say their names. So Lady Gaga was Patrizia Reggiani, actually. Sorry. Patrizia Reggiani. Adam Driver was Maurizio Gucci. Jared Leto, Paolo Gucci.
So awesome.
And Al Pacino was Aldo Gucci.
Who was also just basically Al Pacino.
He was. How good was Al Pacino, though, too? Don't glaze over Al Pacino.
Well, you do know that as we were watching it, I leaned over to you and I gave him the 2 sign.
You did.
Because he flipped from his Al Pacino 1 to Al Pacino 2 for one short moment in the movie.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he's got, he goes from 0 to 60 in like 0 seconds.
It's true.
He's either here or he's tossing a flamethrower at this player. I don't even know what the line is anymore. At any rate, really, really well acted. Everybody in it did a very good job. As you mentioned, Jared Leto, I could just sit there. Every time, this movie was uneven for one reason, because every time Jared Leto was on the screen, it went to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It was so much fun when he was on the screen. But Lady Gaga knocked it out of the park.
She was great.
She was fantastic. It was just such an entertaining, and you know that this isn't 100% accurate. There's no way that it can be. But it was 100% entertaining.
Yes.
And from the opening frame, and as you say, 2 hours and
37 minutes. I didn't feel it was that long.
Yeah, I was shocked. When I got home and it was like 20 minutes after 1 a.m., I was like, what the... Were the previews that long? And then I went and actually looked how long the movie was. I was like, oh, really?
But to me, that's the sign
of
an amazing film because you're so engrossed in it.
Absolutely breezed by. It was so much fun. Yeah, it was Mondo.
Of course it was Mondo. If you gave it anything less, I'd be surprised. It would have been like Jared Leto alone.
That's the whole thing.
Jared Leto. Okay, so I don't want to give any hints about what's going to happen for my Academy Award this year. But I'm saying that Jared Leto's in the race is what I'm saying.
Yes.
He's on the docket.
He's on the short list.
He's on the short list for sure.
Nice.
Okay. Well, we also, as Murray had alluded to earlier, we were in Mondo. Nice. Yeah. That doesn't happen very often. Actually, did we? No, there's a mixed bag of tricks before that.
Yes.
So, we saw a shit ton of movies at Cuff Dogs at our favorite film festival of all times, Calgary Underground Film Fest. So, people who are our friends that are listening from the U.S., because there's more of you than in our own country. Thank you. A lot of these films you may or may not be able to see right away, but take a listen for the ones that were, powerful to us. They're all documentaries. They have a documentary festival at the end of November, and then they have their regular festival in April. As if you've been listening to us, you know all this. And it was a pretty outstanding festival. We got to see in cinema, and we got to see, and if you want to see the entire docket that was on Cuff Docs this year, go to calgaryundergroundfilm.org and search the festival films. These are just a select that we actually did. We're going to try and blast through these as fast as possible. Okay, so Bryce and I got to see This Is Gwar in cinema. I'm paraphrasing here, but when your grandma died, the rest of your family sucks. This movie is the movie I've been waiting for my entire life, and now I can go to Thailand and die. This motherfucking Mondo is also did make me love cuttlefish just more than I did before. I love this movie.
It was really good.
Yeah, there's Mondo.
This Is Gwar.
Is Mondo.
Is Mondo.
Yep. And you? Do you love cuttlefish?
No.
All right. I didn't say eat it. You can still love it. It's a creature of the sea. You love all creatures.
That's true.
Okay, Joyride. Actually, Murray, you got to see this one too.
I did.
So if you like watching two comics who are best friends bring you on a past, present, and possibly future journey with their lives, you will love this, which I did. I've been a big fan of Bob and Dana for a very long time. This movie made me laugh out loud multiple times. I even watched it a second time in cinema. It, to me, was Mondo.
Yeah, like one of the two movies I actually got to see because I was done volunteering. And yeah, I don't know, I lived through the 80s, so I know who Bobcat is and all the antics that they go through, that he went through in the 80s and stuff. I'm familiar with it. It was just nice to see he had a normal side.
Yeah.
Because for years, all you thought he was the goofball from Police Academy. That was his real character, his real voice, but it's not.
Or the guy that goes on talk shows and sets couches on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, this is all the 80s.
I did not remember any of that until I was watching it. And I was like, oh yeah.
I don't remember the Arsenio Hall thing.
Yeah, I remember the Arsenio.
Arsenio was canceled, and he basically decided to destroy his set as an FU to Paramount.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arsenio let him do it. He didn't stop him. It's like,
nice.
Yeah, but
so
yeah, it was, I don't know about Mondo. It was definitely very good. It was a meh.
All right, there you go.
It was Mondo.
All right.
It was a lot of fun from scene one all the way through to the end. The love that these two guys have for each other kind of comes through too.
I kind of imagine this will be us 20 years from now traveling with our podcast.
And a little bit of a trip down nostalgia way.
They got into a
lane
car
for sure.
accident on their road trip.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, so no, it was really good. I liked it. Mondo.
Sweet. Once upon a time in Uganda.
It's Mondo. Come on. If the subject is Wakaliwood, it's Mondo all day long. There's just no getting away from it.
It is.
Long
Tell
live
us a little bit.
Wakaliwood.
That's all you want to say about it?
Yes.
Okay, well, let me talk a little bit about it. Alan Hoffmanis, I think is probably maybe his name, truly is very cool, and thank God he sold everything and moved to Uganda. This doc is as funny as any Wakaliwood film. For those who don't know what that is, this will help you to understand what we, Film Rage, already know. There is never enough of it in this world. This is so fun and so Mondo, and I smiled all the way through this.
Yeah.
Hashtag movie.
Movie.
I still want my funeral in Thailand,
Movie's
but I want
on.
to be killed in Wakaliwood.
Yes.
That's a thing, and I want to do it.
Movie
It is.
is on.
Yeah, you can pay money to go to Wakaliwood and get killed.
I have a side story.
Oh.
Because I was there volunteering.
Yes.
There was this girl
In Uganda?
No, at the
Oh.
festival. In person seeing it, not online. And there was this girl with, I don't know, her boyfriend or whatever, and they came to the performance, and then they had left a ticket for her dad. And this was the story she told us. He hadn't been to a movie in 20 years, and he's from Uganda.
Oh, no way.
And he was late for the film.
Oh, no.
So I was about to go in with my popcorn and stuff to watch this movie because you guys talked about how great it was. And yeah, he was like, okay, the theater was dark, so I, whipped out my little flashlight and helped him find his seat next to his daughter. And then I took his balloting at the end. And of course, he gave it a 5 out of 5. He loved
I
it.
wonder if he's the guy. So the
First
director,
movie he's seen in 20 years.
the director made friends with us on Facebook.
Oh, I don't know, but yeah,
And he said, "Tell me when it is." He's going to tell a friend. I bet you that's his friend.
he hadn't been to the cinema in 20 years. This is the first movie he saw. And he loved it.
Nice.
So yeah, I also gave it a Mondo. It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
All right.
Cannon Arm.
Ken Arm and the Arcade Quest. You know what? Every time they make any documentary about video games and getting high scores, I don't know what it is, but they're all freaking fantastic. I just...
Okay.
They're a lot of fun. They always are. I'm giving this Mondo too. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, let me tell you a little bit what I thought about this.
The best part is when you had to take a pee break and you had to run outside,
Yes.
take a pee, run back inside.
Yeah. Well, they had so many lives, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Danish equivalent of King of Kong meets Super Size Me. If you like vintage video games and middle-aged men playing them, then you will love this.
I love video games, and I am a middle-aged man that plays them, so
Yeah.
that's probably why I
No.
loved
I
it.
said if you like watching middle-aged men playing them, which apparently you also like to do.
Apparently I do.
The parties are hard. The gameplay was intense, but to me the film was meh. I am tired of seeing
Can't get
middle-aged
enough.
men watching video games.
Give me more middle-aged men playing video games, please.
Okay, there you go. Murr, did you see this one? You didn't, right?
No, I was scheduled to at the end on Saturday, but we decided to leave early and go play video games.
That's
like
true.
middle-aged
We actually
men
did.
do.
We actually did go play video games.
All right, so from there we go to We Were Once Kids.
What? We went to Better Living Through Chemistry first.
Not according to what you
this
sent
list.
me.
Oh,
So We Were Once Kids is where I'm going. I don't know where you're going.
Let's go there.
You know what? I was just pleased to watch this because I just wanted confirmation that Larry Clark is a complete scuzzbag.
Which we all knew.
And, I knew he was, but now I'm absolutely positive that he
confirmed.
was. What a oh my goodness. You know what? This movie made me so angry.
It's got to be
It's
Mondo.
got to be a Mondo.
There you go. For those of us who haven't seen the who haven't seen the controversial film Kids when it came out, or even since played since,
That's one of those movies that you watch once.
yeah, you can never watch it again.
You can't watch it
You don't
again.
want it's painful to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it is.
it's a powerful movie, but you can't watch it more than
Yeah,
once.
this film is heartwarming and brings you to a new level for these adult kids. It was good and it had a very cool message. But this style of doc for me, I didn't love this one.
Really?
It was a man. Yeah, I did really like a lot of it.
I got to know a lot of these kids that I didn't know. I didn't know their stories at all. I was actually quite enthralled with it all.
Yeah, I thought you might. That's not my type of doc. But I did like the "Where Are They Now" type docs. I don't really care where they are now. I want to see something.
I guess
new.
I'll let you take the lead because the list you sent me is not in order of the list that you've got in front
Apparently,
of you.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what you're doing with
The
this
world
random
turned,
stuff.
I guess it's random.
Yeah,
So better lives through chemistry.
Better
living through chemistry.
I've got like 4 movies before that, but okay, better living through chemistry. What'd you think, Jim?
All right. I love this movie. And I think that we should all be doing a little bit more chemistry. It's a shame that this is not something that has been put more into practice to solve all the world's problems. I could take a heavy dose of this couple every day of my life.
This bored me to tears.
I love this movie.
I am watching this couple and going, why are we filming them? Why do I care?
You've never lived through chemistry, though.
There was one rage, and it was this.
Oh, my God.
I did not care. This was just...
Oh, I cared everything about
listening to these idiots tell stories about hanging out with these 2 completely boring people that are always wasted. Who cares?
They did more for...
They did nothing for nothing.
They did everything for the progression of psychedelics, for curing mental illness, for curing all kinds of things. His writings are brilliant. Apparently, you've never done any psychedelics, and maybe that's what you're missing in life.
Boring.
Murray,
Don't look at me. I didn't see it.
do you like chemistry?
Not especially, no.
Okay. Well, Woodlands, Dark, and Days Bewitched.
This was a marathon, man. I needed to watch this in 3 sittings. I could not do it all at once.
It's like 3.5 hour movie.
It was 3 hours, and it was a lot.
And if you watched it in cinema, it was at 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday.
Yeah, it was a lot of content. An avalanche of content.
There's like data dumps, like open your brain and insert here.
And so, it was meh because it was just too long.
It needed to be edited.
Yeah, it either needed to be edited or it needed to literally be in 3 parts to kind of. But it's one of those movies where you're watching it, you're appreciating all the stuff that you're learning.
Yep.
And I really did like the people that she interviewed and everything. Like, it was all good, but it was just too long and it was just too much. Yeah. So it's meh.
All right. Good content. I didn't get to see it. Unfortunately, my screen link was broken, but I really wanted to see it because I could have used some sleep that one night when you were watching it. I think I was watching it at the same time.
There you go.
Luchadores? Is that the right pronunciation?
Luchadores.
Oh, yeah, I did actually see that one.
All right.
What'd you think?
I don't know. Okay.
That would be a meh.
It was, because I knew what it was about because I have watched my fair share of Mexican wrestlers.
As we all have.
And just, from the female side of it, in the country, basically, women are basically being brutally, beaten up and killed every day. It's like, it was nice to see some of them stand up for themselves, but.
Did we, though? I mean, everything was just so meh. Nothing. They didn't dig deeply enough into anything in this documentary. I felt, and it wasn't even wanting more because they didn't show me enough for me to even want more. I was just watching it, not really enjoying it, not really not liking. It was just there. I was super disappointed in it because I was actually looking forward to it, but I didn't learn anything.
I actually liked it a lot.
Okay.
These women, as Murray had alluded to, these women of Juarez, Mexico, are powerful, strong fighters for their lives and their craft. This film about Mexican female wrestlers is, in my opinion, an amazing story of strength, of the female spirit, and doing whatever it takes to survive on the streets, in the ring, and in one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Oh, and these ladies just happen to kick ass and punch dicks all the way to a Mondo. I love this movie.
Wow, I thought it needed to be better. I'm not saying that the base story's not there for Mondo.
No.
I don't think it was executed well.
I could see why. Again, this is another one of the things with documentaries. You love watching middle-aged men playing video games. I love watching. Apparently, I don't like it as much as you. I like to see female wrestlers taking their life back, and I don't. I kind of just was able to just absorb what was happening to them. I didn't need to store all their backstories because it kind of gave a little bit of them, and then it lets you see where they go in life. And it was just a slow progression of these women.
I needed to care more about them, and it didn't do it for me.
I loved them
I
all.
wanted to care about them more.
I cared a lot about them. I loved them. I want to go down there and watch them.
Watch them.
Dear Mr. Brody.
I knew nothing about this.
I knew nothing about this either, actually. I think it was only a week. It took place in a week or something like that.
Yeah, but it got like total, you'd think it would have been a thing, because I mean, judging from all the coverage that it got from all the news media.
Yeah, but it was like 1970 or something.
I know, and I wasn't born there.
So why would you know about it?
Because I've been on this earth for 40 some odd years.
For an event that took place 1 week?
You'd think it would have crossed the path of it at some point.
I don't know.
Because it's a pretty interesting
Are you glad
story.
that you finally got to hear the story?
I'm very glad that I finally got to hear the story.
So tell us a little bit about why.
Because I didn't know anything. I'm still shocked that I knew nothing about it. But it was a pretty interesting story about this. I mean, can you call him a con man? I mean, he was, but at the same time, he was still trying to give some money away.
But
the fact that he would sit there and represent himself as like, I've got unlimited money. Well, no, you don't.
He did have money. He just didn't have that much.
He didn't have the $50 million that he was going to offer Vietnam to stop. It's like it was also
every single thing.
It was crazy, but it was actually the insanity of it all, and the fact that you saw the ups and downs of this guy, and the ultimate tragedy of this whole thing. And the ultimate tragedy of all the people that wrote these letters, and just the connection, and the mother and the daughter that didn't know they were writing, and then getting to see that at the end, and there was a lot going on here, and I loved it. I lapped it all up. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a Mondo.
All right. Well, let me tell you what I thought of this. This doc went in a direction that I wasn't expecting. As I thought it was going to be more about a story about Mr. Brody, but it was more about everybody's sob story that were found in a bunch of letters that he never even read. Michael Brody was an interesting man. I wish I knew more about him and his past and less about people wanting his money. It was meh for me.
Really?
Yeah, I did not love this movie. After about the third time, I was like, okay, are they gonna just stop telling us all these people's stories? Because I really didn't care. Like, it was kind of like, whatever. People wanted money. Everybody wants money. Everybody write a story. It's like I was watching a section of the news. Well, I get it. Like, I wasn't connected to these people because it's like 30, 40, 50 years later.
I know, that's why it's so intriguing.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. They didn't get his money.
Some of them didn't
They didn't interview any of the people they picked specific people.
Them read their letters back, and they pick up the letter, and there were some of them that didn't even really remember, and then they pick up the letter, and then you'd see the emotion as they read it. Like, that didn't affect you?
No, zero. I was like, okay, you seem to be living.
You are a heartless bastard.
They literally interviewed people.
I thought I was supposed to be the heartless bastard.
They literally sat and interviewed people who all got their life together. They didn't go and find people that were living on the street still, needing the money. They didn't find. It was so designed to try to pull on heartstrings.
Answering the letters, and I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about Kurt Vonnegut, Unstuck in Time.
Yeah, it was all right.
Right.
It was meh.
Murray, did you see it?
No.
Yeah.
I kind of figured I didn't get to see this one because it was only in cinemas.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that it wasn't going to be that interesting.
It was meh.
It was actually probably one of the biggest crowds they had all weekend.
Yeah, it was big.
Well, people I love Kurt Vonnegut's writing. I've read, his works.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't really want to see a doc about him.
All right. Next.
Sediments.
Didn't see it.
Yep, I did. This, by far, I've seen a ton of films about transgender people. And this, of all, was the most natural and, in my opinion, respected each one of the people in this film and helped us to get to know them a lot better. And helped us to grow as well as they grew through this film and continued to grow as the film progressed. This was a go for me. Of all the films that I screened, actually, with Cuff this year, there was a lot of films about transgender community, and this to me was the best. It's called Sediments. Rebel Dykes. You also didn't see this.
Didn't see it.
It's a great origin story of these awesome Rebel Dykes in the UK. Great stories, great movement, very positive film for the LGBTQ plus movement. I loved it. It was Mondo. Satoshi Kon, the illusionist.
Didn't see it.
You also didn't see it.
I did see that one.
All right. If you love anime and who is known to be the god of all things anime, you will love this doc. I am not a fan of anime per se, but his work, which isn't as much as it could have been, is amazing. And this doc for me was Mondo. I love him, his influence, and what he's done for film. It was incredible. When Claude got shot.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. And?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
What was it about?
It was about when Claude got shot. It's actually right in the title.
And then he lives?
He does live, so happy ending.
Oh,
No,
and there's a happy ending?
Actually, no, it's not really a happy ending. It is. It's basically a film about a young man who tries to carjack Claude, and Claude decides he's going to step on the gas and get the heck out of there.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And the young man shoots
Claude.
He figures that the bullet just went through the window and didn't actually hit anything, but it actually hit Claude, and Claude almost died.
Ooh.
But Claude survives, and they eventually catch this kid, and it's about he's a 15-year-old kid, dumb, did some stupid things because he's a kid, and it's about the weird connection that ends up happening between these two in the end.
The two of them. Oh wow.
So starts out as him trying to get this kid out of juvie court and into adult court because he thinks that he needs to pay the price, and by the end of it Claude ends up being a mentor for this kid.
Oh wow.
It's pretty good.
Is it good enough? It's meh. Lost Boys, and not the Lost Boys that Murray loves. This is a different Lost Boys.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, Lost Boys is also meh. It's a story about some schmoey McSchmoenstein that decides he's gonna go to Asia
To Schmoville?
and be high for the entire time he's there and have sex with every prostitute, and in the end he dies, and we don't know exactly what happened to him, and it's about that. So
wait,
it's like whatever.
He goes to Thailand?
He went to Thailand, and
So this guy is living my dream, is what you're saying?
yes,
He goes to Thailand to die?
yeah,
Okay,
pretty much.
nice.
That's pretty much. I don't think he actually died in Thailand though. Where did he die?
Myanmar?
No.
Laos?
Laos.
I'm just listing off countries now that are near Thailand.
Wakanda.
Vietnam. Yeah, did he die in Wakanda?
He did not.
All
Oh,
right.
Cambodia.
There you go. I was eventually getting to Cambodia.
Yeah, I think he dies in Cambodia. He starts in Thailand. He goes over to Cambodia. He kind of goes.
Maybe he gets buried in Thailand, though, which is really ultimately where I want
In
to be
the end,
buried.
he's the subject of a man movie.
There you go. And then you saw, Murray saw Cliff, a portrait of an artist.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, I don't know who the guy is. I'm not a big fan of art to begin with, but yeah, his artwork was okay. Although I don't know, he did artwork on like little boxes, like smaller than a mailbox.
But he didn't do cats. I know you don't like paintings of cats.
Some are cats, but the thing is, it kind of stopped being about
Summer cats,
his
as opposed to
artwork,
winter cats.
and it was more about him dying. Like basically 2/3 of the movie is him in the hospital, hooked up to machines.
As he's drawing
As he
and
slowly
painting?
he doesn't do a lot of artwork in the hospital, but it goes back and forth between he's younger, I guess.
Yeah.
When he was selling
He was
artwork
famous,
and stuff, to when but it was just a lot of him in the hospital dying, and it's like I've had way too many relatives that have gone that way, and it was just.
It was starting to suck the life out of you?
It was depressing for me.
But it was a meh.
But yeah, no, he had some good artwork. But yeah, unfortunately, he did die in the end. But it's like, oh.
Okay, so what was your favorite film of the festival that we got to see?
Who, me?
Yeah. Must have been because you didn't see a lot.
Say maybe Joyride.
Okay.
A little bit better than Uganda, but not much.
Yep. This is gonna be a tough one for you, Bryce.
Yeah, there's 3.
You got to pick one.
But I've got 3.
One. No, you're picking one.
But I got 3.
No, one.
But
One.
there's 3.
No, it's one. You get one. That's
See,
it.
1 is less than 3.
Yeah, one is less than 3. What is the one movie that if people are going to see a movie, they should see this one?
But there's 3.
No, we've already talked about them all.
You're in
Just
a
talk
desert
about
island
the
and you only have
one.
movie
If I have to
watch.
pick one, it's...
That's what you do.
I don't want to pick... There's 3.
You have to pick one.
Fine. This is Guar.
There we go.
There you go.
And for me, it was also This Is Guar.
There you go.
And I have no idea who Guar is.
They're
But you
awesome.
need to know who Guar is,
I
Murray.
really don't.
Everybody needs
You
to
know
know.
what? You know what this movie did? It convinced me that I still need to see Guar with the new lead singer and the whole deal.
Well, that's what I said.
'cause I
Why
was
don't
ki-
we go? And you said, I don't want to go see Guar again.
No, that's not what I said.
What did you say?
I said maybe next time.
Okay, there you go. It's not the right time for Guar
It's not
in
the
your
right
life.
time for Guar in my life right now. But I'm definitely going to see them, hopefully, when they roll around. I don't know how many years they got left in them, to be honest. But I'm hoping that they got at least a couple more years
It's never
left in
going to end. That's
Yeah.
that's the great thing about Guar. It's an artist
'Cause
collective.
I
that
was
continues.
against going to any Guar shows after.
Yeah, I remember you were like, "Oh, it doesn't have him in anymore, so it's not Guar." It's like
Yeah.
apparently you don't know Guar
Rocky,
as much as you thought
he
it
was the guy, but now I'm
He's-
looking at him. You know what? It was a collective, and I'm
Yep.
I'm putting way too much stock in the
I love
fact that.
that.
He was. And it's like, you know what?
You grew as a person.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Sweet, sweet rage. So, I put a little bit of a trick in here because I didn't really want to let the boys know what my true rage is this week.
It's not Halle Berry.
It's Halle Berry, but it's not what I originally was thinking. Throwing you a, what does they call it? A bone? No, a fish bone?
Red herring.
A red herring. I knew it was a
Fishbone.
fish.
I love Fishbone.
I love Fishbone
Party
too.
at Ground Zero. There's a movie star in you.
Yeah.
And the world will turn to glowing green peppers too. Wackadoo, wackadoo.
Do wackadoo. Yeah, it's true. Everybody loves
Bands, I have no idea
Fishbone.
who the hell they are.
It's
Oh, they're
Fishbone.
so good.
They're so good. But my rage this week is, why would anybody let Halle Berry direct this movie?
I don't know.
That's my rage. That's all I just really want to say. Like, she did kind of disappear. It's like, I don't know what she did. I used to love Halle Berry. And that, as Murray had reminded me, I stopped loving her after she did that James Bond movie. And it just seems like it was been a
Oh,
downhill.
she won the Oscar is what happened.
She was awesome in Monsters Ball.
Yeah, it was great. But that wasn't the James Bond
That was
after that.
was
Yeah,
after.
so that's what I'm saying. She did
what I mean.
Monsters
Yeah,
Ball
she-
and followed
that's
it
what I
up with
mean.
She
the worst
literally-
James Bond movie ever
Yeah,
made.
She won the Academy Award, and then it just went. She's just terrible after that.
Yeah, so my rage this week is Halle Berry.
Well, I'm looking, and yeah, other than the X-Men, she did a Kingsman and she did a John Wick. That's pretty much it.
Well, which is okay because she was good. She was great in John Wick 3.
A lot of the rest of it is crap.
And I'm looking forward to John Wick 4 with her in it. So
maybe.
if she's not in it, I'll be disappointed. That's my rage.
All right then. Do you want to answer your question? Why she was allowed to direct?
Yeah, sure.
She probably also produced it, and she probably had the money.
She still has money?
Sure, why not?
Okay. John Wick 4.
As far as I know. All right then. Somebody wake up Bryce.
Video game movies are stupid. That's my rage.
But yet you gave a Mondo to a movie about old men playing video games.
Video
So-
game documentaries are awesome. Video
See-
games, movies based on video games are stupid.
See, he should have come with us
That's my rage.
to
Play
Greta.
some video
No, he
games.
could have watched us play video games
That's right.
because he would have enjoyed that.
Yeah. Although I'm not as good as the dude was in that movie, but you
Video
still should've-
game movies are stupid. That's my rage.
that are not documentaries. Okay,
They're not documentaries.
gotcha.
All right, that was it then.
It's a quick rage this week.
Apparently. Oops.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Hello, potential listeners. My name is The Vern, and I'm the host of the Cinema Recall podcast. On most shows, myself, along with some great guests, we will talk about a movie and then some of the most iconic moments that happened in said movie. On top of that, you'll get bonus shows where I will give you short reviews about new and classic movies, or I'll just rant and rave about something going on in the entertainment industry. So come check us out. We're available on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, most other places. Don't forget to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we're at cinema_recall. And then on Facebook, Instagram, we are Cinema Recall Podcast. Don't forget to email us your ad spots to play on future episodes. That email is cinemarecall@gmail.com. Hope to see you around, and thank you very much for listening.
Oh, baby.
Right. Well, I'm so glad you guys left me all this time by having very short rages this week.
Yes.
'Cause
Gonna fill up. This is gonna be a 2-hour episode.
Mine's kind of long.
Looking that way.
Exactly.
It's the Murman Hour.
All right. As people may or may not know, I happen to love the Oscars. But my two pod mates do not. So this is an early Christmas gift for them.
What?
Okay.
Quite often the Academy gives awards to people who don't deserve them,
That's
while at the
true.
same time ignoring the best performances every year.
Mm-hmm.
So, Merman presents people who should give their Oscars back.
I'm liking this already.
I knew you would. Let's start with Mr. Two-Face himself, Al Pacino. Best actor for Scent of a Woman. Okay, now, he's a fine actor most of the time.
Take a flamethrower to this place.
But if you were to watch The Godfather Part 2 and then Scent of a Woman back to back, completely different performances.
True.
One is Al Pacino 1, and the other is Al
He
Pacino
obviously
2.
forgot the act of layering in his characters.
Oh, yeah, that's gone.
The Academy played a sick joke on Pacino by giving him basically a Lifetime Achievement Award for this crappy movie instead of ones he should have
like the
won
movie.
years earlier.
It was meh.
Denzel Washington and Malcolm X should have won that
Oh,
year.
totally.
Next
Yeah,
up, one
that's
you're
true.
not gonna like.
Okay.
Argo.
What?
For Best Picture 2012.
I gotta agree with Murray on this one.
Ben Affleck, who you know
Is
I don't like,
awesome.
who was basically snubbed for a Best Director nomination,
Which is stupid.
but was somehow due. So the Academy basically gave his movie the Best Picture.
I would agree with Murray on this one.
What about Lincoln? Amor.
Yeah.
Beast of the Southern Wild.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's so
well,
disappointing
not that
that
one.
a mediocre drama like Argo took the top prize that year.
I agree with Murray 100%. Wholeheartedly.
I thought Argo was just as good as those other ones.
No.
Next up, we have movie Ben Affleck was also in.
Ah, nice.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
What she went
Best
for.
Actress 1998 for Shakespeare in Love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
1998 Academy Awards was a giant turd burger. The biggest poo was Gwyneth Paltrow winning Best Actress over
Yeah, who's
Kate
against?
Blanchett for Elizabeth. It's basically common knowledge that Paltrow only won the Oscar because Harvey Weinstein was very aggressive in his campaign for the award, like every other part of his life.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah,
Wait, was
Kate
Glenn Close in a
Blanchett
movie
should've-
at that time? Because that's probably one that she was robbed from.
Right.
She's been robbed in every time she's been in something.
Next up, we have Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Best Supporting
Yeah,
Actor,
I don't care who he was against.
1996.
He did not deserve it.
He's basically a perfect example of an actor who won an Oscar and almost immediately fell off the face of the earth.
He made Snow Dogs. What are you talking about?
In Calgary.
I know.
He beat out Edward Norton in Primal Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And William H. Macy in Fargo.
That's
that year.
both. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Both
ridiculous.
of whom
It's redonk.
still don't have an Oscar, by
Yeah.
the way.
William H. Macy, all the way.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We've already discussed this.
Then,
William H. Macy
next
was
up,
Mondo.
we have Miss Fishlips. Renee Zellweger.
Oh, Zelly.
Which she even
Best
went for?
Supporting Actress 2004 for Cold Mountain.
Really?
Cold Mountain.
I love
forgot all
my
about
Nicole
that.
Kidman.
Of
but,
course you did.
she was nominated 3 consecutive years.
Really?
2002 to 2004.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
She finally won for Cold Mountain.
Good for her.
It's safe to say she was the most entertaining part of an otherwise bloated drama. Her
was-
cartoonish
it was
performance
bloated.
should not have been a serious Oscar.
It was all right, though.
Apology
It was
is ordered
meh.
for Holly Hunter, who was snubbed that year for her role in 13.
And probably Glenn Close, because she would have been in a movie
And
that
probably
year.
Glenn-
I'm just saying.
One of the 12 times she was nominated.
Yeah, and should have won every single time.
Next up,
Maybe
one
not
you're
it.
probably also not going to like. Jennifer Hudson.
Well, I'm on
Best
side with that.
Supporting Actress 2007 for Dreamgirls.
Okay.
The fact she won for is basically one of the most head-scratching moments in recent memory.
Really?
It wasn't a bad performance, but it wasn't acting. The whole movie is based around her singing ability.
Although
and
she
she had
was-
virtually no dramatic scenes. They gave it to her over more deserving Kate Blanchett again.
Something- I'm
and
seeing a theme here.
Abigail Breslin in Little Miss Sunshine. People wonder why I don't like Jennifer Hudson. That's why. And Eddie Murphy was robbed. That's right. I said it.
But wait,
Also
so
in that movie.
so she would give her Oscar back so that Eddie could get it?
He could get one instead.
She
Oh,
should
right.
probably give her Oscar to Eddie.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's what I'm saying.
That would help me. Next up, Roberto Benigni. Best
Roberto.
actor.
Oh.
Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful.
It was a
You know what?
pleasant and funny.
It doesn't hold up.
on-screen
I can tell you
performance.
that. I watched it again.
But we needed to get that whole, like, the joy that he had accepting the Oscar
but-
It was worth
It
it,
was
yeah.
so worth it.
But his performance.
He should've
compared
gotten an
to some
Oscar
of
Screw
the
for
other-
that.
everybody else. They weren't going to have a reaction like that.
Yeah, but the fact that he beat out Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan.
Nah,
one
I'm
of the worst
still-
robberies of all time.
I'm going Benigni on that
I'm
one.
going Benigni.
Whatever. Next up, we have Crash. Best Picture 2004.
Okay, what is it against? I'm okay with it. so
Last
far.
21
What's
years,
Crash?
the Best Picture winner is without a doubt Crash.
No.
It's a weepy, unbelievable drama about how racism is bad. It
Racism is
also
bad.
won
Racism is bad.
Oscars for editing and the screenplay. The
Yeah.
movie's director,
Yeah.
Paul Haggis, didn't even think it deserved the award.
Okay.
He said in an interview, was it the best film of the year? I don't think so.
Actually, you know what should have
He
won the
said that.
Oscar was David Cronenberg's Crash.
There you go.
It
just
wasn't-
saying.
It wasn't released in the same
I know,
year,
but
though.
whatever it was, it should have won.
But it wasn't nominated.
But it should have won, is
Actually,
all I'm
it
telling
might
you.
have been nominated. I don't know.
Probably for effects.
Not done yet.
Oh,
Then we have
how long is this?
just about Sandra Bullock, Best Actress.
Yeah, no.
You had me at Sandra Bullock.
By the way, we're gonna have to watch her new movie.
Oh no.
No,
You know why we gotta watch
because
it?
it's on Netflix.
No,
It's
not
coming
only
up.
is it on Netflix, but Viola Davis is in it. And I have
Oh.
a feeling she's coming off a list because I can't imagine this isn't a rage.
Anyway, I mean, Sandra Bullock, she's funny, charming, an easy person to root for.
Is she?
But she did not deserve an Oscar for her performance in The Blind Side. Even the subject of the film, the linebacker, or
I
offensive
liked her in
lineman for
one
the
movie.
NFL, wasn't really a fan of the movie. Like, he didn't think they did a good job of portraying his life. So
Sandra Bullock, wrestling Ernest Hemingway. That's the only movie she was any good
She
in.
was great in Speed.
Speed.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just wrestling Ernest Hemingway.
And then Kim Basinger, Best Supporting Actress, 1997, for LA Confidential.
Really?
1997.
I don't remember that.
The movie world had been taken over by Titanic.
Uh-huh.
Academy just looking to give somebody else another award.
And they came up with Kim Basinger?
Came up
Of
with Kim
all
Basinger
people.
for LA Confidential.
Wow.
It's a solid film.
It's a good movie.
Julianne Moore and Boogie Nights should have won instead.
I concur.
And finally, one
Yes.
of
Oh,
Jim's
finally.
favorites.
All right.
Cano hasn't won an award yet.
Julia Roberts.
Julia.
Best
Yeah.
actress in 2000 for
Aaron?
Aaron Brockovich.
Nice.
It's one of the worst movies ever made.
It's
The
all right.
Academy was just
Awful.
itching to give
I liked it.
Roberts an award, and this was their chance. The same category, Performance of the Year, in any acting category, belonged to Ellen Burstyn
Yeah.
in Requiem for a
Oh,
Dream.
Of course.
she beat for Ellen Burstyn
Yes,
Requiem.
she did.
That is criminal.
See, now you hate Julia Roberts like we do.
Oh my God, she Requiem for a Dream. By the way, Jared Leto was in that.
Of course he was.
She delivered a role so complicated, terrifying, and thoroughly juicy.
It was
Best
juicy.
actor's performance is supposed to be so incredible that it gives you chills.
It does.
Who got chills from Roberts and Aaron Brockovich?
I got chills, but it's a different kind of chill.
Ellen
rage
Burstyn
chill.
called the role of Mrs. Goldfarb the role of my career.
Absolutely.
She was right.
She was awesome in it. That movie
So-
was
Her role
awesome.
best role was in The
The
Exorcist,
Academy
but
will
that's
be
okay.
waiting for those Oscars to come rolling in for people who don't deserve them.
Yes.
There you go.
And stay tuned for our end of season where we will be having our own Academy Award.
Yes.
Sure.
This year, Murray
the
wasn't
winner is?
Murray wasn't aware, but we made a Film Rage decision
Well,
earlier in
good.
the year
Good.
because how much we hate
The Oscars.
the Oscars and awards. We are each giving away one award. There should not be as many awards as they have.
Right.
There is only one award, and that's it. It's the Academy Award, but it's the Film Rage Award
There you
from
go.
each one of us.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so we had to watch some James Caan.
Yeah, I forgot that I had to watch
Sweet,
James
sweet.
Caan.
That's right. We got to see the movie
Holy Land.
Holy Lands.
Sounds good already.
It does, doesn't it?
You know what? It's a movie about a pig farmer in Israel.
I
mean,
know.
What? That's like the greatest concept
I
that's
know.
ever been.
It's a man.
The pigs were cute.
The pigs were awesome.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was good.
He was.
He's a gay playwright in this.
Yes.
I liked him.
Yep.
He was very good.
The movie was meh.
James Caan, Tom Hollander, every time they're on screen together,
It was gold.
it was pure gold.
Yep. It was a meh.
The story is a little all over the place.
It's
but
a meh.
there was some really good
It wasn't
stuff
a
in it.
Mondo. It was a meh.
I really want it to be Mondo.
I wanted to, but it's not. It's a mess. That means because
there was so much
because
chemistry
you don't
between
want to
Tom
watch
Hollander
another James
and James
Caan.
Caan. I think I could maybe make a case.
I don't think you do. Okay, so it was a meh, and it's a solid meh.
It's a movie about a pig farm in Israel.
Yeah, I know.
in
It's
the
too bad that-
Holy Land.
But it wasn't a rage.
There was
so
like the scene where they didn't even want their
Yep.
their electrical wires going through his pig
That's
farm.
right.
They, wanted
It's-
they
it's
needed
so
to go
true.
around his farm.
Yes.
because
There was a lot of
It was so funny.
there was a lot of good in
laughed.
it. It was still a meh.
I laughed a lot.
Yeah, but then
Maybe it was Mondo.
It wasn't a Mondo.
No, it wasn't Mondo.
It was a meh.
It was. You know what? I'm glad I watched it though.
Yeah,
I never
so
would have
am I.
saw it in a million years.
No.
I chuckled a lot.
Yep.
Tom Hollander was great.
Yep.
It was very good.
Yep.
But
it was a meh.
It wasn't Mondo.
So
It
we
was
got to
meh.
decide what else we got to watch.
for
Unfortunately,
crying out loud.
for God's sakes.
I toyed with just lying here and having a straight face and saying that was Mondo.
but you're a teller of truth,
But
so
I
that
couldn't
didn't
do
happen.
it. I know it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I was hoping that somehow you saw something in this that made it Mondo for you. But
No, you knew that wasn't going to happen. So, okay, we have a bit of an issue because. Okay, so JL Ranch we have
Jail
not
Ranch
seen.
no, that is a made-for-TV movie that never ended up anywhere. It was a Hallmark thing. That does not count.
Doesn't count, so we got to keep going back.
Yeah, that's gone.
Okay, so then
Anything
the other
that's-
JL Ranch has got to be gone.
Anything that has to do with JL
so
Ranch is
it's
not
the
a
Good
thing.
Neighbor. We're going all the way back to Good Neighbor.
All right, Good Neighbor. What is it?
Was a meh.
All right.
So that was a meh.
So that's
And then there's a movie called Good Enough.
Okay, do we have back-to-back mess?
Not yet.
Oh, for crying out loud.
We got The Good Neighbor for me was a meh.
Uh,
Good Enough I have not seen. Then JL Ranch doesn't count. Then The Red Maple Leaf, which is a hard rage.
Okay,
so we have to see
If you've got a meh, then the one after the meh is the one we have to see.
Good Enough.
All it has to be is a meh.
Yeah.
If it's a meh, it's good enough.
That's right. Good Enough, he stays off the doubted list.
Off the doubted list. And I've got mixed feelings at this point.
We-
I almost want it to be a rage because for some reason now I want him on the doubted list. I don't know why.
Okay, but
getting personal.
I'm not sure if this is a made-for-TV movie either. So we're gonna have to take this
no.
because it had a release date, but it's got no box office numbers. So I don't know.
It's all so confusing.
It's so confusing. Stay tuned. We will be watching a James Caan
We'll be
movie
watching something
over the week,
by James Caan.
and then we will get
And
back to you.
hopefully
So he's still on deck for
Somehow
Doubted.
He'll be off or on. I don't care.
But you know who we should talk about? Oh no, wait, we can't
No.
because you gave that one movie with Jared Leto a rage, so we can't even talk about him.
Who?
You did.
What movie was a rage?
Remember the one that had your other boyfriend in it?
Oh, that was a rage. That was terrible.
Yeah.
The with the Rami Malek.
Yeah, you're Rami Malek. The Little Things.
It was the Little Things. That was
okay.
That
So
was poopy.
Can we not agree that Jared Leto is mesmerizing? Is that not something we can all agree on?
I can agree on it, but
I can give you that.
All right.
I don't always like him, but yeah, he's definitely.
He's always mesmerizing.
He's one hell of a scene chewer.
He is. Like, he steals the scene from everybody.
yeah.
Okay, good. Look, we don't want to grow our mesmerized list, but we said if it's something obvious, and House of Gucci made it like nail on the coffin. It's done. It's done. All right. Well, I think that's enough for the list this week. We've already got a full dose of goodness.
And we're 9 hours into the podcast.
That's right.
Only 8.5.
Only 8.5 hours.
Right then. Well, let's move on then.
I know that music.
Yeah,
you
do.
should. All right. Last week on Rage or Dare, Bryce was excited to watch a fantastic superhero film, a Jim's sweet and tasty bag of rage called Fantastic Four from 2015. This was the remake of the remake. This week, Jim will get to choose to Rage or Dare. That's all you said. Let's check in with Bryce to see if he agrees the film killed the possibility for sequels for this cast, or he's in a rage about why there's not another sequel.
All right. You were so excited to watch a Fantastic Four movie again.
Well, I don't understand why this was on the list.
Because it's terrible.
It's not. I think we've been over this, Jim. It's a superhero movie, so it's meh. This has
Unless
been
it's Fantastic Four.
No, what was wrong with Fantastic Four? Miles Teller
awful.
was fine. Kate Mara was a joy to watch. Jamie Bell's always good. Toby Kebbell is always good. We all know how I feel about Michael B. Jordan. He was, just bleh, but it was fine. They had a little spin on it with the brother sister being adopted, with the adoption thing and everything. That was cool.
Is that how they explained it?
Yeah.
All I know is they're like one was black and one was white.
Yeah.
Like, they're supposed to be brother and sister.
Well, they were adopted.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't share the same genealogy.
Kate Mara was adopted.
That's correct.
I guess Sue Storm was adopted. But it was
It was meh.
it was meh. I mean, there was nothing to hate about it. It was a superhero movie. I don't understand why you thought that this was such a rage. I don't
didn't
get
like it. It was bad.
Yeah, but that's not good enough, Jim. I didn't like it. It was bad. It's got to be monumentally bad to go into how is this monumentally bad?
It was monumentally bad.
How?
Bad for me because I hated it.
But why? It was what it was. It was a superhero movie.
Because it
was
didn't
meh.
need to be made in the first place.
No,
Superhero
that's
movie
also
terrible.
true.
equals meh.
Okay, well there we go.
So yeah, I was weird. I don't understand. I watched it. I was like, yeah,
And it was meh.
this is exactly what I remembered. It's meh.
And you saw it, so that's saying something. Did you see it in the cinemas originally?
Yeah. And it was meh then. It's meh now. And in 10 years, it'll still be meh.
I don't know if that's the case. 10 years from now, I'm putting it back in the bag.
It's fine. I'll watch it every 10 years.
And Jim is now pulling from the Dare
Dare
on?
bag? Oh, fuck me now.
What are you watching?
The Top Gun.
No, I've already watched Top Gun. Actually, we both watched Top
Yeah,
Gun.
it was terrible.
It's Johnson Family Vacation from
Sweet.
2004.
Is that what's his name? The What's Up guy?
I don't know. It's
Is
just
it Cedric
terrible.
the Entertainer?
Yeah, I
that
think it
guy.
is. Yeah,
Guy from the beer commercial.
yeah. It's not going to be good. I can
Probably
say that
not.
right now.
Huh. Johnson Family Vacation. Where did you get that from?
I got it from the Dare bag.
Bag.
Yeah, good on them.
Well, I guarantee you it's on
Hey.
it's on BET like every other day. So.
Little Bow Wow was in it.
Oh, I love Lil Bow Wow,
You
but
mean
now he's just Bow
Now
Wow.
he's just Bow Wow.
Okay, well, Vanessa Williams is in it.
I love Vanessa Williams.
There you go. Solange Knowles is in it.
Well, yeah. Hello.
I know.
This might not be so bad.
Probably pretty good.
I don't like road trip movies, and family road trip movies are gonna like even less, I'm sure.
Well, you never know. Might be all right.
Yeah. I could just you know what?
I actually just
when I
pulled
watched
it up.
the James
I pulled it
Caan
up on
movie-
Rotten Tomato. It gets 6% on the tomato meter.
6
out of
That's a
100?
good.
That's pretty good.
6 out of
score.
100?
Oh, 6%?
Yeah.
6 out of 100.
Like 6 green. Not. It doesn't even have a
six-
tomato.
No, 6%
Yeah, it's the
out of
green
100.
splatter. It's a 6%.
Oh God. I'm
Yeah.
in
But the
trouble.
audience scores at 44%.
Still below 50.
And
below
you,
50.
sir, are a part of the. Well, no, you're more of a critic, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know what you are. What are you? Hey, Shannon Elizabeth's in it. She
you
was
go.
in the American Pie, you know.
That she was.
She did a really good Russian accent.
Oh,
Didn't
fuck.
she, though?
Yeah. Maybe she'll be in this.
She
doing
had
a
lines.
Russian
I don't
accent,
remember
too.
her having lines in that movie.
Richard Roper, he's a film critic.
Yes.
Johnson Family Vacation, he gave it a 2-word review.
Which
It
was?
Big disappointment.
Wow. That was nice for him.
That's not bad. Imagine tuning into his, expecting to read a 4-page
Yeah.
synopsis of the movie and it gets 2 words.
I would just wrote it sucked.
Same
Plain
thing.
and simple.
Well,
Anyway.
stay tuned. We got lots to discuss next week, people.
dude.
Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Super Rage love to our members, Julian from It Goes Down in the PM podcast, James and Philip for their continued financial and moral support. Thanks to Extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon, Bex Goose, Tony, and Nat for their artistic contributions to our show. You can find them on our show notes because they are awesome. Thanks to our sponsor, Canyon Meadow Cinemas. Please go out and support your local independent cinemas near you as they desperately need your money and help as we come out of COVID. Find us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Film Rage YYC. Follow us on Audea, AUDEA.io, and search Film Rage YYC for bite-sized film reviews. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site, where it was just on sale. So go back in now and pay full price so we can make some money and keep this show rolling. We're always wanting to make this a raging blast for our listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, you just please make us a rage. Please, please. That's it for this week. Rage on!
Rage on.